In this episode of 10 Best Ones, we are going to check out the top 5 best laptops with longest battery life in 2018. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability and more. If you want to see the price and find out more information about these laptops with longest battery, you can check out the links down in the description and the comment section below. Okay, so, let's get started with the video. At number 5, we have the Asus ZenBook S UX391UA. The Asus UX391UA is an ultra-thin 13.3-inch laptop that was recently released on the market, but somehow, this device managed to establish itself as a great option for everyone who is looking for a powerful ultrabook that can be used for virtually everything. From a design perspective, this unit has an aerospace-grade aluminum construction, finished in burgundy red and accompanied by a 14-inch display with a so-called ErgoLift hinge that helps the screen to lift upward by more than a full inch with the intention to meet your eye level. When it comes to the connectivities, the UX391UA is equipped with two Thunderbolt 3 USB-C ports, a single USB-C port, and a headphone jack, so Asus played it simple here and they succeeded, because the ports aren't many but they are sufficient. Moreover, the keyboard and the touchpad completely blend with the whole burgundy red aesthetics, but except their quality look, they aren't any different with the performance as well. The touchpad is large, responsive, and has a built-in fingerprint sensor on the top right corner that will offer you a greater level of security and an easy access to the system. In addition, the keyboard feels comfortable to type on, and has really good tactile feedback, so you will see it by yourself once you get this product. Above the keyboard, there is the 13.3-inch non-touch Nanoge display that has a screen-to-body ratio of 85%, 300 nits of brightness, and produces lifelike visuals that are consistent even when seen from 178-degree angles. But now, let's talk about the performance. This particular model packs an Intel i7-8550U processor, an integrated Intel UHD graphics 620, 256GB and 8GB of RAM, which by default means that you will have enough RAM and speed to run numerous apps without any problem. Moreover, users claim that this laptop runs very fast, it is silent and it does barely get warm thanks to the presence of the copper alloy heat pipe and the liquid crystal polymer fan. According to our tests which are made using web surfing, the battery life lasted around 7 hours, but thanks to its fast charging capabilities, it can reach 60% in only 49 minutes, so you shouldn't worry about anything. To conclude, the UX391UA deserves your attention, so give it a try and assure yourself of its quality. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Spectre X360. The Spectre X360 is a 2018 model that surprised the market positively, due to its powerful hardware and sleek design that people find it similar to the Apple MacBook Air. From a design perspective, the X360 has a 2-in-1, foldable design which is covered with a dark ash silver color that looks wonderful for both scenarios, when you will be holding it to your hand or having it placed to your desktop. The hinges that support the screen are incredibly flexible yet sturdy at the same time, so they will let you use this laptop in 4 modes such as a tent, tablet, stand and as a laptop depending on what you want to achieve in that particular moment. When the lid is opened, then you can simply admire its touchpad and the full-sized, island-style keyboard. To be more specific, the touchpad has a really smooth surface that will register every single glide you make with your fingers, while the keyboard itself has an excellent build quality so you can type precisely and comfortably for a prolonged period of time. However, the keyboard isn't backlit, which I think that HP could have done a better job. The connectivities consist of 2 USB 3.1 ports, a single HDMI port, 1 LAN port, headphone and mic combo jack, a multi-format SD card reader, and a USB 3.1 Type-C port that allows a data transfer of up to 5 GB per second, so I can forgive to HP for the non-backlit keyboard. But now, let's talk about the performance. The X360 is packed with a 15.6-inch Full HD, IPS, multi-touch edge-to-edge screen that is maybe one of the best in the market when it comes to the performance and the price you pay. According to the users, the visuals and the color accuracy are fantastic, so HP deserves some applaud. In terms of the hardware, this unit is powered by the 7th gen of Intel i5 processor, a dedicated AMD Radeon 530 graphics, 8GB of RAM, and a 128GB SSD, which are more than adequate for doing tasks really quick. The HP Spectre is good for many things, but when we used the web surfing over Wi-Fi test, it lasted only around 8 hours, which is low compared to the other laptops we mentioned in this video. To conclude, I strongly recommend you consider the HP Spectre X360 because it will never disappoint you with its performance. Next up, at number 3, we have the Microsoft Surface Book. The Microsoft Surface Book would be a really good option for you, if you're looking for a lightweight, 13.5-inch, 2-in-1 laptop that performs exceptionally good without spending thousands of dollars. From a design perspective, the Surface Book features an elegant, all-silver construction that includes a magnesium casing with rounded edges and a fulcrum hinge that makes this unit incredibly flexible, so you won't have any difficulties while switching between modes. For instance, you can use this device as an ordinary laptop or as a tablet depending on your requirements. The connection ports include a mini DisplayPort, an SD card slot, 2 USB 3.1 ports, a headphone and microphone combo jack, and since there isn't an HDMI port, I'd like you to know that the mini DisplayPort can be easily converted to HDMI by getting an additional adapter. Moreover, its detachable keyboard has a decent key travel and offers a quality tactile feedback, which is very important, because you can accurately type for a longer period of time without missing a single keystroke. The touchpad is relatively large, with a smooth surface that can accept multi-touch gestures and gliding from edge to edge, but if you prefer more responsiveness, then you can plug your mouse and you're ready to go. Now, let's talk about the features. This particular model incorporates an Intel Core i5 processor, 256GB SSD, 8GB of RAM, and a NVIDIA GPU, so when we check its specs closely, it means that this laptop is suitable for college, business, and professional use. I would also like to mention that its touchscreen has a maximum resolution of 3000 by 2000 pixels with 267 pixels per inch, and users have reported that they satisfied with the overall visual quality, because regardless if you use it as a tablet or a laptop, the colors remain well defined and accurate. Microsoft claims that the battery life can last for 12 hours of video streaming, but according to our tests which involve web surfing over Wi-Fi, it lasted around 10 hours and 10 minutes. Overall, the Microsoft Surface Book is worthy of considering, because it looks good, has a powerful hardware, and you won't be restricted in terms of usage. Moving on, at number 2, we have the Dell XPS 13 9370. The Dell XPS 13 9370 would be an excellent choice, especially if you want to invest in a high-end laptop that has a breathtaking appearance and performance that can satisfy even the most demanding customers, so let's get started and find out what's so special about it. From a design perspective, this model boasts a relatively thin, rose gold finished body that employs an aluminum lid and bottom, while the sides and the deck itself have a crystalline silica fiber, so when you see it as a whole, this unit does really look elegant. Along the sides, there are the connection ports that are composed of 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, a DC input and display port, a single USB 3.1 port, 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports with power share, a card reader and a headphone jack, so you will fully supplied with everything needed. Moreover, the glass-coated touchpad works flawlessly and most of the users claimed that they were satisfied with its responsiveness, while on the other hand, the keyboard is spacious, silent and the keys are comfortable to type on, so you can type freely and accurately. The keyboard is backlit as well, which by default means that you can have a clear sight while typing during the night, and honestly, for now, I can't find any remarks. Now, let's talk about the features. This particular model has an Intel Core i5-8250U processor, an Intel UHD graphics 620, 4GB of RAM, and a 128GB SSD that will ensure a smooth and fast performance, so you can do many tasks at once. Another great thing about this unit is its 13.3-inch Infinity Edge display that has a native resolution of 1920 by 1080 pixels, but what got my attention the most is that the screen is bright and offers wide viewing angles with consistent colors, which makes the laptop suitable for photo and video editing. As for the battery life, based on our tests which consisted of web browsing over Wi-Fi, the 4K version of the laptop lasted for around 8 hours and 30 minutes, and the 1080p version lasted for 11 hours and 44 minutes. Overall, if you're looking for a stylish yet fast-performing laptop, then this is the one for you. And finally, at number 1, we have the LG Gram. The LG Gram is so far one of the best, if not the best 13-inch laptop that I've ever reviewed, due to the fact that this unit combines an insanely lightweight construction with powerful hardware and extraordinary long battery life that is near as close of what you've imagined. If you're hyped already, let's not waste any more time and dive straight into action in order to reveal what else can you expect from this gorgeous little gem. From a design perspective, this particular model measures 12 inches in width, 8.3 inches in height, 0.7 inches in depth and weighs only 965 grams, which makes it be one of the lightest laptops that you can find on the market. The LG Gram is shipped in a good-looking, protective box, and we had an opportunity to unbox it and see this laptop conveniently stored inside along with a power charger, an AC adapter, a LAN adapter and an intuitive user manual that will inform you about everything you need to know. Moreover, the first thing I've noticed once I've taken it out of its box was its compact, all-white body that has an embedded reflective Gram logo positioned at the center of its lid, and from the very beginning I have already introduced that this model radiates with style. For your information, the LG Gram's body is made of a premium, nanocarbon magnesium material which makes it extremely lightweight and durable at the same time, so without a doubt, LG deserves our applaud here. On the left side of its lid, there is an AC adapter, a single USB 3.0 port, and a USB Type-C port, while on the right, you can find a micro SD card slot, a headphone port, one USB 3.0 port and a Kingston security slot, so as you can see, you will have enough room in terms of expandability. Once you open the lid, you will instantly notice the large, plastic touchpad that I've found to be very responsive because all of my swipes were accurately registered, while its silent click noise was equivalent to a cherry on the top of a cake. I simply loved it. Slightly above, there is the chiclet-style, backlit keyboard that has a decent key travel, and to be honest, I'm a fast typer so I didn't find any remarks while typing. I would also like to add that by pressing the function key and the F8 button, you can adjust the backlit brightness which is available whether as low or high, according to your preferences. At the top, there is the 13.3-inch IPS screen that houses a neatly placed webcam on the top bezel, and in my tests, it has proven as a good one for video calls. But now, let's talk about the performance. This particular model is powered by an Intel i5 8200 processor, an Intel UHD Graphics 620, has 8GB of RAM and a 256GB SSD, that will let you have numerous tabs and tasks running at the same time, without noticing any significant decrease with the performance. To be more precise, I was creating videos and had 6 tabs running at the same time and the laptop kept working smoothly. Moving on, the screen is fascinating as well, since the color accuracy was pretty good, and I've instantly noticed this while watching House of Cards and Deadpool 2. I would also like to mention that I've also tested the image quality and the color accuracy from wide viewing angles and they've remained consistent, which is a thing I absolutely loved. The texts were clearly readable as well, so if your profession requires a lot of reading, the LG Gram will ensure that your eyes won't get strained after reading for a prolonged period of time. For instance, by clicking the function key and the F9, you will activate the reader mode that automatically reduces the brightness and mutes the blue colors, and this is very useful when working in dimly lit surroundings. As you probably already know, the highlight of this laptop is definitely its battery life. LG's official website says that the LG Gram has a 22.5-hour battery life, and that can be probably achieved with the minimal settings. According to the same battery test we did on other laptops, the 13 inches model lasted for 13 hours and 22 minutes, which is more than any laptop we mentioned in this list. I was on vacation a week earlier, and I was in a 13-hour bus ride. During that time, I was able to watch a whole season of Game of Thrones in this laptop without running out of battery, which is a great thing if you're a frequent traveler. Speaking of recharging, it will take approximately 2.5 hours to charge it from 0 to 100%, which isn't that long considering most smartphones and other devices take a similar amount of time. Also, getting around 20 hours of usage for 2.5 hours of charging is more than enough. To conclude, I'd recommend you seriously consider the LG Gram as your next purchase, especially if you're looking for a versatile laptop that has an excellent battery life that will allow you to finish all of your tasks without having your charger near you. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future, and if you have any questions related to these laptops with longest battery, you can leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.